It's Wednesday afternoon. Goodness me, look at that sight. I had to come down to Settle Church this afternoon just to do some printing out labels and letters and worship at home services and so on to put in the post. So I haven't been in here all afternoon. I've been in the office, in the vestry, in a small space as the workmen outside have been working on the render and finishing off the insulation. The church is looking completely different. The refresh has worked wonders for it. But just as I was leaving, I thought I'll just poke my head into the sanctuary and just see if everything's okay. And as I poke my head in, sometimes it just has the ability to take my breath away. Golden light streams through the cross into this empty building. A reminder of God's presence here, of course, but a reminder too of God's presence among us. The same sunlight that streams through that cross streams into our windows. It illuminates our daily lives, rises in the morning and sets in the evening. A reminder of God's constant presence among us. I was reminded as I popped in here of Psalm 27, which is the psalm in this evening's worship in the Vespers that I follow. Psalm 27 has a wonderful line. It's almost like David's been away from the temple for a period of time and he longs to go back. And he says to God, one thing I ask, this one thing only, that I might dwell in the house of the Lord forever, that all my days I might gaze upon your beauty and your wonder. For David, you see, the temple was inherently tied up with the presence of God. God's presence wasn't found anywhere else. This was the symbol, the sign, the place of God's presence among the people. We are, of course, an Easter people, a post-resurrection people, a Jesus people, a people of Pentecost, a people in which God's Spirit dwells among us and in us, in which the physical temple buildings of Old Testament times have been replaced by temples of flesh and blood, in which God's presence dwells, in which God's light streams. I pray that God's presence would dwell in this bodily temple, in this temple of flesh and blood all the days of my life. But I so wish that God's light would stream out of me as it streams out of that cross. I so wish that the golden light of Christ would illuminate the world around me with the same beauty with which it streams into this place. It's a new church building here in Settle, and yet it feels a thin place, a place where earth and heaven are close. I pray that God's golden light might stream into your life, into your heart, and out of you and through into the community. I pray that you might illuminate the family, the friends, the world around you with the golden shafts of light of Christ. And I pray that God's blessing might rest upon you, that his face might turn toward you, and that he might give you peace. From this sanctuary to your homes and hearts, I pray God's peace and God's blessing. Amen.